everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. So in today's reading, we're going to be looking at what's going to be happening for you in the next 6 months of this year. So we're kind of pretty much exactly the end of the first half of the year, and we're moving on to the second half of the year. So let's have a look and see what is going to be happening for you, blessings that's going to come your way, and anything else that the oracle cards and the tarot wants to share with you today. So I'm going to ask you to pick 3 piles. I'm going to present you the piles in one moment. I'd also like to thank you for pressing the like button and subscribing to Abstract Medicine as well here on YouTube. You may also wish to have a look at the Abstract Medicine on Instagram account. So that's abstract_medicine on Instagram. Usually I do like a daily message for the collective there as well. If you feel so cool to join me there, you can do that there. And you'll also see that the Abstract Medicine account on Instagram in particular will be incorporating more of my spiritual evolution, where it's more inclusive and less compartmentalized. So you'll be seeing me doing yoga, you'll be seeing me reading the cards, and also sharing my art as well. So with that being said, let's have a look at the 3 piles. So these are the piles. This one is going to be pile 1, the pink Converse looking trainer or sneaker for those of you who are stateside in America, the US. This is going to be pile 2, where it says adventure is out there, with the 2 mountains, 2 peaks and 2 pines with words there in blue as well. It's going to be pile 2. This is going to be pile 3 with the wave, like the black and white wave. Looks like a painting print cutout of Hokusai, the artist from Japan. So those are going to be your piles. If you want to take some time to meditate over your pile, you can do that now. You may wish to pause the video to do that. If you find it difficult to select a pile, maybe go and have a look at a number generator to help you to pick a number between 1 and 3. You can listen to all of the piles and see what resonates. You can choose multiple piles as well. With that being said, we're going to start with pile 1. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. For those of you who chose the sneaker, let's have a look and see what is happening for you for the next 6 months of this year. So I'm being called to read with these cards first by Gabby Bernstein. Pile 1, angels, ancestors, guides, please help me to deliver the messages for pile 1 with regard to their situation, what kind of blessings they're going to be receiving, please, in the light for the next 6 months for pile 1, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. So pile 1, just before I turn these cards over, I'm just going to get my quill, so one moment. Thank you for your patience, pile 1. So let's have a look and see what is going to be happening for you for the next 6 months. All right, let's put that there. We have hummingbird. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Okay. Happiness is my birthright. Oneness is my true nature. Beautiful. Some of you might be a little bit scared about being single, but the next 6 months of your life, You could also be celebrating your birthday, so your solar return as well. And this is going to be a time of really stepping into your courage more and feeling more free and emancipated. I'm also picking up on some people who may be healing some codependency as well. So it's the energy of being one with self, one with yourself, your soul, spirit, mind, and heart and body, but also connecting to spirit as in the oneness. Some of you are also, for the next 6 months, are going to be walking a path, particularly, or moving, if you're not physically able-bodied, you're moving in a direction where you are going to be on the right path. The colour pink is also the colour of the heart and also innocence in terms of love. So this could be you moving into an energy of innocence in love. In your situation, if you're married, single, take it as it resonates. We're going to now have a look at the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, and see what kind of blessings are going to be coming in for you, Pearl 1. All right? Okay. Pearl 1. Partnership. You see how that flipped? So exactly, you're now, some of you or a lot of you have been single for a while, or you're scared about being single, or you're moving into an energy of being single. Okay, or maybe you've been on the path of, I just had the singularity complex. Okay, so that I think is part of sort of metaphysics, but I also feel like you are now going to be moving into a partnership. For those of you who are in a partnership, there's going to be more oneness, more of a bonding between you both. Okay, so let's have a look at this card. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Some of you may have been out of work for a while for the first 6 months of the year, and now you're moving into a partnership, even at work, where you're attracting the right people, the like-minded people, the right clients that really resonate with your product, your gift, your service, your skills, I'm hearing. And this is heaven sent, because you have been on and you will be continuing to be on the path of oneness in terms of your spiritual connection. One moment. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Pearl 1, for the next 6 months, is definitely a oneness with spirit, a oneness with self. Maybe some of you are following your dreams and happiness is your birthright, right? Maybe you've been in unhappy relationships, and I see that some of you are also going to be moving into a partnership that's going to be making you feel very, very happy. We have no more complaining, okay? So we have a message here from the angels to look at what you're complaining about and see how you can be grateful for what you have, and moving into that energy of gratitude. Okay, I also do see some of you actually on the path of, I feel like within the next year, your life is going to be changing, and some of you could be expecting a baby as well. No more complaining. We also have this pink, again, beautiful, which we had here. So it's this innocent love that you're attracting as well in a relationship and partnership. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spirituality. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. So again, we have this other word of freedom here, which is mirrored here with the hummingbird. Your symbols as well for the next 6 months of your life, I just heard. The next 6 months of this year is going to be changing your life, and it's about your freedom and about being free to be yourself and freeing yourself from complaints. Because when you are in an area, a location, a geographical location, a place in terms of your soul where you feel oneness and peace, and when you are with the right people in terms of a relationship at work as well as a romantic partnership, there's not much to complain about. Yes, there are things that come up, but there aren't many things to complain about when everything is kind of harmonically working for you. So that's what I'm seeing for you the next 6 months. You're going to be more in harmony. There's going to be a sense of peace as well. I just heard divine love. We have organize for success. So for the next 6 months, you're going to be planning how to organize for success. Some of you are going to be grounding down this energy of what it is that you're wanting to manifest into the physical world with the help of spirit. So this could be through your meditation practice or something like that. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and work space and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Okay, so it's always good to be organized. There's clarity here with the color blue, which could also be you organizing your thoughts and organizing maybe what you say first. So maybe some of you are going to be doing some talks, or if you have had conflicts, or you will have some sort of conflicts with people that do complain a lot in the next 6 months, you'll be able to have a measured approach in your vocal delivery is what I'm hearing. So you'll be able to say what you think in a clear and very paced way, where it is delivered in a lot of with a lot of compassion, but also with intellectual and intelligent thought. So this is, some of you are walking into the path of knowing how to speak in a way that is emotionally intelligent as well. Beautiful. Now let's have a look at the tarot. Next 6 months, please, Spirit, for pile 1. We have the Two of Wands. Exactly. So you're making a choice forward into your next path, which is the next step, which is the next 6 months of your... I just keep hearing your next 6 months of your life. The next 6 months of your life are going to be very, very different from the first 6 months of your life. We have this energy of freedom again. We have the energy of Mercury too. So this could be symbolic of Gemini energy or even Virgo energy here. I do feel like you are going to be manifesting something special, I'm hearing. The Two of Wands is moving in a new direction, and there's an excitement there. I'm also picking up on Sagittarius energy as well. Travel. There's also the Caduceus wand here. So there's someone holding the Caduceus wand and the Messenger. So the Messenger is, maybe you're working with a messenger, an angel. So Elohim is angel in Aramaic, in Hebrew. So it's the energy of healing, partnership. I see that a lot of you are moving into a divine love partnership, and I feel like you've been receiving these messages, or you will be receiving these messages in the dream space in the next 6 months. Pile 1. We also have this energy of the wings around this messenger's ankles as well, and we have the shoe here. A lot of you are messengers of light, by the way, and this is what you're moving into as well. Let's just turn these cards over and then continue with the reading. So we have the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Four of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I do see a true love coming through here. We have this balance between the two and the two, sort of holding that space, you know, for this to come in. I feel like there could be some challenges along the way. I think the next 3 months there could be some challenges, some sort of conflict. Maybe people are going to be seeing you in a way that is different from how they normally perceive you, because when you internally change within, you externally change, even physically. Your body, your vocal delivery, I'm hearing, your beauty, your handsomeness, your approach to life, that changes, and people around you sometimes might not like to see that change. So they may try to instigate some sort of argument with you. So have a look at that in the next 3 months, which would bring you to July, August and September. So September could be significant for that. And I would say the 3 months after that through to October, November and December, I do see that there is a commitment on your path, and a commitment for your fearless nature, Pile 1. So you're going to be committed to your journey no matter what kind of conflict comes up in your life. I do see there could be a boss that could cause some havoc, or even I just heard cheerleaders, colleagues, something like that at work, where there could be a few challenges, particularly with your finances. But it's minor, it's not a big deal. I think there's just kind of a rejigging I'm hearing that Spirit is coming in to help you with, because there's something that is going to be changing, particularly with mastering your talents here, Pile 1. So you're going to be working on your talents. You're going to be traveling most possibly for you, Pile 1. I do see you working with like-minded people here with the Three of Pentacles. So you're going to be working together with people who have skill sets that maybe you don't have, and you create a symbiotic change. I'm hearing a symbiotic, harmonic teamwork relationship, which is fantastic. With the Four of Wands and the Knight of Swords, I see that there is someone who may wish to rush in and commit to you, but I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is someone who is also wanting the same as you, because there is 2 and 2 here. So 22 are numbers that you're going to be seeing a lot in the next 6 months, by the way. This is part of the divine plan, I'm hearing. There's also this message of inquiry and self-inquiry that's also going to be important. So some of you are going to be going back to school for the next 6 months, or studying something new. Maybe this is the art of oratory, how to speak. Maybe this is the maybe this is a school or teaching or class with regard to communication skills, technology, IT, online marketing, or something of that nature that is involving technology, computer technology in particular, and how you speak, how you vocalize your thoughts. This could also be the art of etiquette as well, so comportment, how you sit, how you stand, how you talk. I also do see that for the next 6 months, you're not going to be giving your power away anymore, Pile 2. I'm also seeing P for Papa, N for November, and O for Oscar. P, N, O are going to be significant words for you for the next 6 months. The Two of Cups, there's an energy of coming together in partnership. So expect yourself to take yourself out on dates, but also for people to come in to take you out on a date. These are people that have good intentions with the Knight of Cups here. They have good intentions. They may have their heart on their sleeve. But I also feel like this is innocent again. So I feel like you're going to be moving into an energy of innocence, I'm hearing. Now let's have a look at the Biddy Tarot and see what the Biddy Tarot has to say for the next 6 months. The Tower card, the Knight of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords again here. So again, I feel like a lot of you for Pile 1, you are actually light workers. And I feel like you are going to be bringing in the truth. There's also going to be a sudden revelation for a lot of you with regard to your spirituality. Some of you could be getting a download, or maybe even seeing apparitions, or even being able to have the art of prophecy, I'm hearing. A lot of you are clearing out your throat chakra. So you're clearing out your throat chakra. You're no longer going to be complaining about things because your thoughts are marrying up with your actions, I'm hearing. We have the Five of Wands again in another deck, which we have here. Again, there are people that are going to be wanting to be conflictual with you. So pay attention to that and make sure that you are always in a peaceful state within. Don't let other people sway you, I'm hearing. We have the Chariot card here, the Star, the King of Swords, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So Pile 1, what I'm seeing is that a lot of you for the next 6 months, there could be a sudden revelation and change in your situation. This could be a sudden move from one home to the next. So get prepared for that and organise for success with regard to that. There's also people that want to rush in and argue with you. They can be quite aggressive in their shadow, and it's because they have unhealed wounds. You, as you present yourself, are very calming and peaceful, or at least that's how you're coming across for the next 6 months. And you're not going to be putting up with anyone's BS, I'm hearing. With the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, for the next 6 months, you could be finding a partnership of like-minded people. This could be the right person with you. This is a soulmate person. This could also be soul tribe that you're attracting in the next 6 months. I do see that both of you who are in a partnership already, or who you will be in a partnership with this person, you're very good at emotionally communicating your truths to each other. You both have healed by the end of the year, and you are, a lot of you, in the public realm, the public light, the limelight, and you are carrying a message of truth. So I do see light workers energy here. This could be Scorpio energy, Aquarius, Gemini and Libra, potentially Leo and Cancer coming in strongly, as well as Sagittarius here. And we do have a child here. So again, it's coming back to innocence, a new beginning as well. Some of you may be wanting to have a baby or children, and you are in the winter stages of your years. So this could be a sudden shocking surprise that some of you could actually fall pregnant. I also do see that you're going to be feeling more comfortable in your skin as well, Pile 1. Last but not least, let's have a look at the Shaman's Oracle deck. One last message. There's definitely move abroad and momentum coming in for you. I also do see that you're going to be receiving a lot of respect from people as well. You're definitely ascending and you're moving in a new direction, Pole 1. No surprise here with the Converse shoe as well. Some of you could be buying a car as well. I also do see that there is movement towards you, so people wanting to work and collaborate with you. I do see a higher status. I do see you elevating in your status as well. So let me know how that resonates as well. So this could be a societal change. So maybe from working class to upper class. This is kind of a big change, you know? So that's kind of the energy. It may not necessarily be that, but this could also be intellectual enhancement as well. Pole 1, Shaman Dream Oracle card for Pole 1, please. Okay, so for the next 6 months, Pole 1, we have 64, which adds up to 10. So there is a completion and a new beginning coming in here. We have wood wives and adaptability. Okay, so some of you are moving from one situation to the next. Some of you are moving from one partnership to the next. And the next partnership you move into is going to be very wholesome, very open. You speak about your conflicts, you know, your arguments, things that come up and you have an issue with. You're going to be speaking, excuse me, and my throat's been activating a lot during this reading. You're going to be clearing out a lot with each other through your communication skills. Okay, so you're not going to be going to bed on an argument is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you have wood wives and adaptability in 64, as I said before. I do see autumn is going to be, the autumn months, autumn, fall are going to be very significant. So the latter part of the year, which is October, November, you're leaving behind people too, and that's okay, and you just let them fall, Pile 1. The other thing I was picking up on as well is, again, this is balance. You're going to be moving into an energy of more balance in your life and splendor. So expect worldwide fame for those of you who have not experienced it yet. This is coming in for you, and you are moving away from emotional situations that no longer serve you and have harmed you in the past, Pile 1. Is what I'm hearing. I also just heard the Latter-day Saints as well. So there could be a church that you could be going to, which is called the Latter-day Saints in its title. Okay. Woodwives, adaptability, strong roots and growth. So you can take a screenshot of that as well if you like. The woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now, and in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all it takes to do this right now. If you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, you'll be amazed by how well things play out for you. The woodwives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. They represent what you already know how to do. Learn. Be in beginner's mind, let go of your rigid notions of how things should be, and be present to what is right now, unencumbered by your projections. Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries, nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass, and you will dance with nature and move with it all. Perhaps you're being given an opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line you drew. Go for it. You will be so glad you did. So a lot of what was said in this reading is what is said in the cards as well. So rooting down, being on the right path, finding freedom through your grounded energy, being flexible, and also standing your ground and your boundaries as well. There's also the energy of the beginner's mind and learning. So that's all I have, Pile 1. It's a short reading today. Let me know how it resonates, and I will be back with you for another reading. You may also look to Pile 2 and Pile 3. You can also book a reading with me or a shamanic healing session. I'd be honoured to heal and cleanse your energies as well, and maybe even give you some more information if you need for the next 6 months of your life. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye for now. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who chose the adventure is out there with the 2 peaks in the mountains and the 2 pines as well, this is going to be your reading. So let's have a look at your cards by Gabby Bernstein. Angels, ancestors, guides, please help me to deliver the messages for Pile 2 in the light for the next 6 months of their life. I don't know, that came up in Pile 1 as well. I feel like there's big changes for a lot of the collective. So for the next 6 months of this year, Pile 2, the letter A could be significant. Adventure is definitely out there for you. And maybe this is what you're calling in for mostly. Picking up on Aries, Sagittarius as well. Maybe even Leo for some of you. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need. When I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So picking up on fire energy very strongly here. Aries, Leo as well. Sagittarius strongly here. Oneness is my true nature, which came out in Pile 1 as well, Pile 2. So we have oneness is my true nature. So exactly, so being one with spirit is really who you are. And it has no gender. Your spirit has no gender. Your soul has no gender. Pile 2. Oneness is my true nature. I do see a lot of you moving into the energy of travel, being in nature more so. Maybe some of you are going to be in the mountains or the forests as well. Picking up on hermit energy too, the Virgo energy of the hermit. So you could be hermiting a little bit as well for the next 6 months, so you can find your spiritual truth and looking in for guidance, maybe even through with a mentor. The universe has my back. So I just heard very, very strongly in my ears, Pile 2, that some of you have a book in you that you're going to be writing and releasing to the world. That's what I'm seeing. The universe has my back. Just know that whatever choices that you do make, the universe has your back, Pile 2. We're now going to be using the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. So Pile 2 for the next 6 months. For Pile 2, please, Spirit. They said put it back, so I will. Pile 2, thank you. Okay. Any more for Pile 2, please, Spirit? Oh, yes, okay. No more complaining. So this came out in pile 1 as well. Employment change. Sever vows of poverty. No more complaining. I'm actually going to put this card back in the deck, but just know, just work on the energy of gratitude, okay? Pile 2. Pile 2. A card for pile 2, please, Spirit. Wow. Block out distractions. Okay. All right, let's read this card. Employment change. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So it's having blind faith here, pile 2. There's also the energy of wisdom coming in through very strongly. With the horse and the owl here. I also see some of you are going to be doing or taking some higher learning as well, so that you can change your career, evolve your career in a different way, improvement as well in particular. And we have sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of those vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. So I've actually done that with you and for you in this reading already. So you don't have to necessarily do a ritual. By you choosing this pile and by me reading and helping you with the frequency of my voice, I've actually already crossed out those vows of poverty across time for you, okay? So we have a lot of blue here. Communication and spiritual insight is coming through. Some of you are going to be increasing your auditory abilities as well, in terms of your psychic abilities through your clairaudience. There's something else here where the phoenix has risen. A lot of you have come out of a really dark night of the soul in the last few months, and the next 6 months you're severing ideas and vows of poverty, and you're actually going to be making vows of abundance. Pile 2. We have block out distractions. I feel like a lot of you are going to be focusing on your employment, your career, your life purpose in particular. And I feel like it's again this time of the eyes being closed. We have these two people with masks on or with their eyes covered. We also have this owl here with its eyes closed too. So you have this energy of just going within as well, and just being focused with the one in spirit. So block out distractions, pile 2. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything. So again, we have the AA. So the letter A is going to be significant, okay, for you. So avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to be responsibly blocking them out. I also do see Archangel Gabriel wanting to help you out in a creative endeavor. Archangel Gabriel is very supportive with writers and creatives. So if you do have a book in you, because I am seeing that in particular, Archangel Gabriel is going to help you sit down at your table, at your desk, and write this book chapter by chapter. I do see that there is a little bit of sabotage here. So the next 6 months of your life, the next 6 months of your year, you're going to be not sabotaging your skills or doing any self-sabotage that prevents you from being focused on your life path. It's a new adventure. You're going to be sharing your adventures. Some of you are also going to be sharing these imaginations, maybe through film. Maybe you're film writers, screenwriters, writers in general, artists, creatives. I'm picking up on that very, very strongly here for you, pile 2. And it's time to really emancipate yourself and go in blindly in a way and do something that you've always wanted to do, but have been really scared about doing, you're going to have the energy to do it. You're going to have the power with spirit from God to do that too. And you're going to own it, okay, pole 2? You're going to own it. Let's have a look at the tarot. 6 of Wands. Let me just pull out the cards first. We have the 3 of Cups. Pile 2. We have the Knight of Cups. The 7 of Wands. The 6 of Swords. I'm guessing this would be the 6 of Swords. Oops. With a lady in the middle. One more, please, Spirit. Yeah. And we have the 2 of Wands, which came out in pile 1. Okay, so there could be a crossover here. So what I will say first and foremost, a lot of you are creatives and you are natural dreamers. Okay, pile 2. So for those of you who've been wanting to create something, this is your time. The next 6 months is about you focusing on this creative talent and ability and sending it out to the world, unleashing it to the world. You're going to have to get organized. A lot of you are going to be planning a schedule. Organization is the key here. So writing down in blocks in your calendar, in your diary, wherever you, or even doing lists, so that you are committed to your task and this project in particular. That's really coming in very, very strongly here. A lot of you are going to be gaining a lot of recognition here with the 6 of Wands. It's going to make you feel very proud of your achievements too, and committing to the path and actually being fearless as well. Pile 2. We have the 3 of Cups here. Now it did come out in the reverse, and for those of you who know, I do not read reversals, but I will say if you have been in a third party situation where there have been other people that have been juggling you with other people, where it has been non-monogamous, I do see that this is now ending for the next 6 months. I do actually see that some friends are going to be falling by the wayside for you, pile 2, and I see that new friends are going to be coming in. But I really feel like for the next 6 months, you're really going to be focusing on your career and your life path, your life journey. And I think, again, we have this creative endeavor here with the Knight of Cups coming in strongly. So I see that happening for you, where you're going to have to assert your boundaries here with the 7 of Wands and just really defend your creative talents as well. There's also some learning here where you could be focusing on like brands and logos and creating a logo and just studying how you can further protect your creative project. So maybe this is copyrights or something like that too, is what I'm picking up on. You may not see this in the cards, but I'm picking up on this strongly. I do feel like some of you are actually going to go on a retreat. So you're needing to go out and away from distractions, away from the city. This can obviously involve a mountain as well, like just getting away from all of the chaos so you can really focus on this. The 6 of Swords is also moving away emotionally as well from a situation that had been distracting or hurtful or painful as well. It's also the need to communicate your truth in a creative way. So I'm picking up on big channelers here. So a lot of you are channeling and birthing something that is very creative and sending it out to the world. You're going to get a lot of recognition, and we do have 6 here as well, which is interesting. So the next 6 months you're going to be focusing on that creative endeavor, and that will then actually be the very thing that's going to be helping you in your employment change, and you're going to be recognized for. Now, for a lot of you, this isn't going to be a massive employment change deal, but I feel like it's going to be an added string to your bow, is what I'm hearing. Pile 2. And we have the 3 of Pentacles here. So I feel like you are going to be working with people who are like-minded as well. There's also this energy of negotiation as well and change. We have the number 3 here as well, which is, body, mind and soul. So you're going to do what feels right for you. Pile 2 is what I'm saying. Let's have a look at the Biddy Tarot for you, pile 2. We have the Fool. Well, that's exactly the energy I was picking up on. Aries energy here, but it's also the energy of newness, the energy of stepping into something new and that big leap of faith. Remember, I spoke about that. So it's going blindly into something you've not done before, but you have this inkling. You have this student's mind, as well as, this creative endeavour that you're wanting to unleash in the world. You don't know what it's going to look like, but you just feel like you have to do it. It's this strong urge to do it. We have the 9 of Wands. It's going to take some commitment, just be careful you don't get burnt out. But this requires a lot of your time and your energy. And if you are around people that aren't supportive of that, then let them go, or just tell them in a very compassionate way, look, I need to take some time away to focus on this project, to maybe go on a retreat in order to do that. 3 of Wands. 2 more, please, Spirit. Thank you. 8 of Swords. Okay, so some of you you're gonna be feeling a little bit unworthy about this thing, but remember, do not self-sabotage. You have it in you, so do it. The Devil card, exactly. So we have this addiction as well of feeling not good enough, but you're gonna do it anyway, okay? The 7 of Cups is releasing illusions, dreams as well. The Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's no surprise here. So you have Spirit giving you an opportunity here to make something physical in the world. So this is you as the messenger of light that's bringing in truth to the world through your creative talents. Now, there are energies that are low vibrational, spiritually speaking, that don't want you to do this thing because they know how powerful it's going to be impacting the collective, I'm hearing. Pile 2. So I'm seeing that you're going to do it anyway. Capricorn energy here, Aries energy here is coming in strong. Sagittarius, Leo as well, coming in strong. A lot of you have a lot of imagination. You're picking up on this in your dreams as well, this project. I do feel like this is a life commitment, and I feel like this is something that you need to do. Because if you don't do this in your life, there will be consequences, let's say spiritually speaking, and it won't be a bad thing. It's just you're here to live your life purpose, and a lot of you, this is something that you're very good at doing creatively. So that's what I'm seeing here. I am seeing a lot of writers here. I'm seeing writers like that write things about magic, like Harry Potter and things like that. So you're going to get lots of downloads, and when you get these downloads, you're going to be distracted or even tempted to do the opposite. And Spirit is saying, stay committed. You're also going to be making a lot of money out of this project too, Pearl 2, for the next 6 months. I do feel like this is a natural evolutionary change in your life, and this has to happen because it's part of your destiny. Pearl 2, just as a side note, we also see you being very attractive and lucrative to a lot of other brands and endeavours. So people may wish to dress you, work with you, provide a financial incentive as well, like an advance as well. So I'm seeing that, but you're going to have to let go of your unworthiness issues. And this is part of your path too, where the more you shine, the more you will feel like, oh, I don't know if I have imposter syndrome situation. So you're going to have to let go of the imposter syndrome, Pearl 2, and you have to let go of that quickly, Pearl 2, the next 6 months, because Spirit has big things for you to share. And so this is part of your life purpose. You're needing to share this. Some of you will be wanting to wait for the right time for things to come through for you. But Spirit is saying, in terms of your creative inspiration, but Spirit is saying that maybe it's about being in the right situation in order to do that. And once you're in the right situation, in particular an environment, this environment will then be fruitful fodder for your creative talents, I'm hearing. So once you're away from the city, for example, and you're up in the mountain or by the sea, you'll be able to receive all the inspiration that you need. Okay, it's just going to come in very, very quick and fast, I'm hearing. Okay. It's going to require a lot of your energy, Pearl 2, so be prepared for lots of information coming into you, downloads from Spirit coming into you all at all times, even when you're sleeping, pile 2, okay? So, but stay committed, because that 9 of Wands does turn into the 10 eventually. And then that ends up being the completion. But I am picking up on a lot of you are going to be needing to be in nature in order to receive the messages from Spirit. So pile 2, let's have a look at a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle card for you. Thank you. Okay. So pile 2, we have 2 cards. The first card is the Wailing Tree and Reconciliations with number 59. Okay. So that adds up to 14, which is the Temperance card. So finding peace and also being patient with your endeavours. This is going to require a lot of your energy, pile 2, and you could be feeling worried, anxious, on this creative project, in this employment change, but they're asking you to stay committed no matter what. And it's going to make you doubt your abilities as well, pile 2, I just want to say. But this is about reconciling with your true path as well for some of you. I also do see autumn, fall months going to be significant. Some of you could be doing psilocybin trips as well, I'm seeing with the mushroom. I'm also seeing 51 here with the stars in the sky and limitless possibility. So again, we have the energy of the light worker and downloads coming in with the energy of the hermit. We have 51, which adds up to 6. And again, it's about balance, where we started the reading with the tarot with number 6. Okay. So again, you are the bridge that's going to connect the dots for many people. We're not going to be reading this card. We are going to be reading this one though. Okay. You do have a limitless possibility and potential as well. You're going to be really desperate on this project at some point. You're just going to go, why am I doing this? I'm failing myself. I'm such a failure. I feel like this. I feel like that. I'm not worthy to do this thing. I'm not good enough. You have to push through anyway, pile 2. And if you're wanting to be inspired, have a listen to my podcast, Hype A, HYPE, and then A for Alpha, where I interview guests who talk about their creative endeavours, and they are leaders in their work, in their creative field. We have film people, actors, artists, writers, you name it, they're there. Fashion stylists, and they talk about this thing, you know. So pile 2, 59, 10, 11, 12, 14, yeah. Sagittarius energy here coming in strong. Grief and mourning, a time of necessary losses and reconciliations. When you encounter the Wailing Tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup, a place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, or putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so. So we have that employment change here. One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn. Sorry, my throat chakra is really blocking up here. So your loss and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honour your experience, to give yourself time to consider all the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, to really know what you've learnt as you walk away from it and into something new. Even in the perception of failure, there is much good to be discovered. However, skipping the stages of loss doesn't get you to reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. So do it all now. Look at it all squarely and honestly, and stay with your feelings. Life is not either or, it's both and, this and that. So as you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that this will bring to the surface will be challenging for sure. Yet, like all things, they will pass soon enough and you will be more enriched by the experience. So pile 2, I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a very scorpionic energy for you, pile 2. Whatever this creative endeavour is, it's going to create a big change in your life and for the life of others. and my throat is really blocking up here, so I'm going to close out the reading in a second. But I will say that there are going to be forces that are going to impede you from expressing your truth, and you're needing to do this as a light worker. You're going to be diving deep into your emotions, and things are going to get released for you. You're going to be tempted along the way as well, not to focus and continue, but you will nonetheless. This is going to be changing your life for the better, I'm hearing. So pile 2, you have the capacity within you to do this. So allow yourself to shine and be in that power as well, and have compassion for yourself as well along this journey in the next 6 months. Pile 2, it's been an enlightening reading for you. Let me know how it resonates, especially on this Phoenix Rising journey of yourself and your soul. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book a reading with me directly on the website. You may also wish to have a shamanic healing session where I'm able to help you along your journey too. Maybe with unblocking your throat chakra, because I am picking it up on that very strongly. This is going to be a path and the next 6 months of your life that are going to bring canonical change, I'm hearing. So within those changes, you're going to be feeling a bit unstable. If you would like to look at pile 1 or pile 3 for further guidance or messages, or even another video, you can do that too. Thank you for liking the video by pressing the like button and subscribing to Abstract Medicine. Thank you so much. God bless and take care. Bye for now. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who chose the Hokusai wave, then this is your reading. Okay. I'm also hearing that some things could have been black and white to you before, but you didn't see it, and now they are going to be black and white to you. So I see that there's going to be clarity about something in the next 6 months. There's also waves of emotion here. At the time of this reading, it's actually raining, and we actually are experiencing thunderstorms at this time, so picking up on Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, I feel like a lot of you are going to be focusing in the next 6 months on your emotions and letting them out. And that brings clarity as well as strength. So pile 3, for those of you who picked pile 3, angels, ancestors, guides, please help me to deliver the messages for the collective who picked pile 3 for the next 6 months of this year, please, Spirit, in the light. Thank you. So we have, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Okay, solar plexus here as well. Confidence, courage. I did speak about courage as well, in terms of your emotions being a place of strength. You sharing your emotions. We have my vibes speak louder than my words. Yeah. Okay, let's get one more, please, Spirit. You don't need any, so the next 6 months is you're seeing that you don't need any validation from other people. You get that from Spirit, from the universe, and you let your light shine. I'm hearing the song, let the sun shine, let the sun shine, you're so shining. Beautiful. I love this. And my vibes speak louder than my words. So your vibration is transforming into a higher frequency now for the next 6 months, pile 3, where your energy enters the room before you do physically. So I also feel like your reputation precedes you. Now for the last 2 piles, pile 1 and pile 2, we have 3 cards, but for you we have 4 cards, which is fine. These cards are by Gabrielle Bernstein, or Gabby Bernstein. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. And that's what's going to make you feel very attractive. I'm picking up on heavy psychics here. So shout out to my psychic group. I feel like this is my pile here, pile 3. So I feel like you're part of my soul tribe, there's no doubt. I'm picking up on psychics here, transformative energies, and creatives too, where your authenticity, you being true to your emotions. Remember, I did say You being true to your emotions is going to set you free, but also is going to bring out strength in you and for others to do the same too. And black and white here is the High Priestess energy with the 2 pillars beside her. So I see that there is clarity in your spiritual connection with the universe, pole 3. That's what I'm seeing. And that's where you get your accolades from, you get your recognition from, is through the universe, through spirit, and the universe guides you. You've already you've taken many steps towards your path, and the universe has always stepped tenfold towards you. And so I am picking up on this continuing to enhance itself for the next 6 months. The letter V for victory as well. Victory is a word, or victor, could be significant for you for the next 6 months too. And I also do see that you are a teacher, pole 3, to other beings who get to live their authentic truth, because you're doing this without any qualms now in the next 6 months. You don't care what people think about your choices. Your choices are your own and the universe. So I do feel like you're working in partnership with the universe, side by side. You're walking together on the path together with the universe. So I don't feel like you have to do any catch up, or you just keep being you, pole 3. You just keep being you. And again, your vibration precedes you. You know, your reputation precedes you. Just beautiful. My vibes speak louder than my words. And then we have, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. All right. So you're going to be in prayer for a lot of the months to come in the next 6 months of this year, pole 3. We also have the moon here. We have purple and pink. Butterflies could be your totem, or dragonflies as well, I'm hearing, for you for the next 6 months, pole 3. And you're letting the sunshine out. Beautiful. I love this. You also find your psychic abilities in water or with water, I'm hearing. Okay, so you could be working more with the element of water as well. Let's now have a look at the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, please, Spirit. The next 6 months for pole 3, please. For pole 3, please, the next 6 months. Deservingness. Positivity, faith, and optimism. One more card, please. Thank you, Spirit. And savings. Okay. So let's have a look at this card first. So we have a person who's in nature. There are 2 turtle doves here. I also feel like love is beckoning you, and I also do feel like you could be psychically connecting to your twin flame or soulmate already. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. The letter D could be significant, the letter P could be significant, the letter F could be significant, the letter O could be significant, and the letter S could be significant, as signs of your soulmate as well. And you both deserve this love, I'm hearing, together, but also from spirit. So you are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. So that's how the universe sees you, pile 3. So the universe sees you with all of this beautiful, clear, aquamarine, turquoise, emerald aura. and you vibrate very, very clearly. I'm also picking up on mint. So mint and peppermint could be herbs that you could use for your healing practice too, I'm hearing. And I feel like now you get to see the next 6 months that you are a beloved child of God, and that you are deserving, and that you deserve the best. Pile 3, let's have a look and see what else the next 6 months. We have positivity, faith and optimism. I do feel like you're going to be more optimistic in the next 6 months of this year, Pile 3. And I feel like your faith is going to reward you somehow. I do feel like the winter festival is going to be significant too. So you're going to be full of abundance here. You're going to have the people around you who really love you during the winter festival in particular, and they are going to be surrounding you in the physical realm. Because I feel like a lot of you were lost souls somehow, in a way that you were the odd one out in your family, or that you had imaginary friends that you would speak to. Now, what's happening now is in this year and moving forward, they're saying the next few years too, is that you're actually going to be attracting people who have those qualities that you also have, and they're going to be surrounding you. So those qualities are of courage and strength and innocence here, with the lamb and the lion. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. So pile 3, what the angels are saying is to keep going no matter what, because you deserve what is coming for you. I do feel like there's a kind of a secret of what that could be, pile 3, but I do see animals, in particular your totem of the butterfly, dragonfly, the cat, big or small cat, as well as the lamb or sheep or even goat, are going to be very significant, as well as 2 turtle doves, 2 doves. I do see that. Those are going to be signs that your angels are going to be sharing with you for the next 6 months, that they love you, that you are needed in this world, I'm hearing, and that they're also sprinkling you with more light to shine into the world. I also feel like pile 3 for the next 6 months, I don't see you necessarily speaking as much as you did before. It's more about the feeling of things, particularly with the ocean wave and emotions. Yeah, and the feeling of things is how you communicate. So the feelings that you receive is how you receive people, I'm hearing. So you feel people's energies before they even say anything. So even if they say that they are a really good person and you feel that something's off with their energy and their vibe, and the vibe isn't right, trust your intuition on that, because the vibe is going to be the most important thing. And I feel like your clairsentience is going to be stronger the next 6 months. So you'll have a feeling about things in a stronger way in the next 6 months, about people, about situations, basically paying attention to your intuition. I also do see that there is going to be more positivity in your life in the next 6 months if there hasn't been. And I think that you, again, letting your sun shine from within and out is the most important thing, because that helps the highest good in general. So you're going to be leading by example for the next 6 months, pile 3. And again, I do feel like animals are going to be significant, and people. You're going to be attracting your tribe, and I feel like you're going to be around loved ones in the physical world around the winter festival, particularly if the winter festival has always been a bit of a strange one for you, but isolating or difficult. I see that actually you're going to get your dreams met and your wishes that you've been desiring to come true, which is very magical, very magical. We have savings. I also do feel like some of you could be wanting to wear turquoise or carry an emerald or jade. So you're going to be working with these stones, as well as maybe you have a focus on redecorating or using the colour teal more, or turquoise or aquamarine. Savings. As you consistently save for your future, Your future is saved. You do your future self a big favour as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So then, you know, there's also this message here where you get to save financially for yourself. So this is a big sign for saving, putting away money for your future, because I feel like a lot of what's going to be requiring from your energies the next 6 months, Pearl 3, is your psychic abilities are going to be harnessing, but also you're going to be focusing more on your psychic and spiritual endeavors. So I don't know whether I see much action necessarily, but we're going to have a look at the tarot and see what else there is. But I just get the sense that it's going to be more about your intuition. So any money that you do make, it's important to put that aside for your future. Okay? So pile 3, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, that's exactly what I was picking up on. There's a new feeling of emotions. There's a new emotional experience that's going to be taking place for you in the next 6 months. Now, I did say a twin flame, and we have 2 faces here. Gemini energy here I'm picking up on. I also do say that both of you are very protected with the all-seeing eye in the corners of this card here. So I do see that. I also see that there is a new love coming in for you for the next 6 months. We have the 2 of Pentacles. I also do see that there is going to be love where both of you are going to be working with each other. If this is someone that you are already with, then this is confirmation that you are with the right person, with the right love, romantic partnership, life partner. But I see that also you're going to be working with them more so. I also do see that you're going to be meeting someone, or someone that you're going to be collaborating with at work, or you could be meeting this person at work or through a mutual contact, pile 3. I also do see here with the 2 of Pentacles that there is a need to save, as well as just being careful of not being too scrimpy, I'm hearing, with your energy. So it's about, you know, balance for balance, measure for measure. Yeah, so not overextending yourself as well energetically, and not underextending yourself. I'm also hearing I'm also hearing overachiever. So you may have been overachievers in your childhood, pile 3, and this is because you've been desiring to be acknowledged and seen, but you get your acknowledgement through spirit. Spirit's going to be teaching you some new tricks as well, I'm hearing, in the spiritual world. Made physical, I'm hearing. So you're going to be getting some new tricks, some new tips, some new spiritual insights, some new modalities as well are going to be coming in, pile 3. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. So we have 2 aces, pile 3. This is very interesting. We have this energy of new beginnings as well as truth coming through here. There's clarity away from the illusions. Now, if you've booked a private reading with me and these 2 cards have come in the reading, because I have seen these cards together recently in private readings, then this is confirmation that this is your reading. So you're cutting away from the illusions, and I feel like a lot of you are eliminating any paradigms that are part of this 3-dimensional matrix, is what I'm hearing. A lot of you are able to, and part of the tips and tricks from Spirit that they're going to give you the next 6 months, pile 3, is that you're going to be able to astral travel and astral project in a safe way. I'm hearing part of your safe haven, okay? You're going to be able to travel to a dimension even through your meditation consciously in a very, very quick way. Now we have number 1 and we have 2 and 7 and 1. They're very spiritual numbers. 27 could be significant as well for you, but not all of you. 27 may have been your Saturn return year as well. That was a very spiritual experience for you. You'll know what I'm talking about if this resonates for you. If it doesn't, go to pile 1 and pile 2. Please also press the like button if this message is hitting home for you. And also please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I feel like you're going to get a wave. Again, a wave of emotion is coming in very strongly here with the Ace of Cups and this big wave. There's going to be an emotional fulfillment for you in the next 6 months in terms of love. Your emotions are going to be expressed. You're going to feel free and able and comforted and safe to express your emotions as well, pile 3. Now we have the 2 of Wands. You're moving from one way of doing things in a creative pursuit and moving into a new way of doing things in a creative pursuit. Maybe there's been something about 2 choices, like this is how I'm known in my career, but this is also what I'm loving to do. And I actually feel like you're going to be coming together with these 2 things and making them one. And again, it's also the energy of 2 becoming 1. And I feel like both of you have been on the spiritual journey together, and you come together in order to create beauty one way or another in your partnership, okay? Whether you are with someone or not. Now we have a card here that doesn't really have any necessary, well actually this is the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here. We have 3 aces already. So we have this energy of the Easter energy of spring. So I feel like there is going to be a new idea, a new birth of something new, a new creative pursuit. Some of you are also going to be conceiving in the next 6 months. Beautiful. And some of you may have made that choice recently to do that. Or at least you will be having that conversation with your spouse or your partner to say, shall we conceive? Shall we adopt? Shall we, you know, have a surrogate for our baby? Let's take it to the next level, I'm hearing. So a lot of you are going to be taking your romantic relationship situation, your status right now, whatever that may be, into the next step. We have the 5 of Pentacles here. Okay. So what I see here is, and we have the 7 of Pentacles underneath that. What I'm seeing here is that you're going to have to look at how you can provide for this being to come into the world. That's really what I'm picking up on. I'm also hearing that the 5 of Pentacles is connected to this deservingness card here. So I feel like, you know, some of you have been feeling like you've been healing your sense of lack, essentially. And I feel like money as well as partnerships have been a connection with this idea of feeling deserving or feeling like you can't do it. I'm hearing you can't do it, but you can. Spirit is saying you can. And I feel like Spirit is kind of guiding their child, which is you, just very subtly into the path that you get to be on, and the person that you get to be, and the person with whom you will share the rest of your life. And we have the Page of Swords here underneath that. I feel like this could be someone who's keeping an eye on you. This could be a Gemini, Libra and Aquarius as well, who could be part of your life purpose too. There's also the energy of perfecting your skills and talents in the next 6 months. Pile 3. Let me see what else there is. I also see that travel is also going to be something you're going to be planning for the next 6 months, pile 3. But I also do see planning for the future with the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And I also do see the planning for a child. Okay. Your dreams are going to be very significant in the next 6 months. They're saying for some of you, if you're feeling called to, have a dream journal by your bedside, and as soon as you wake up, write what's from your dreams. Now let's have a look at further with the tarot. We have the 8 of Swords. Again, it's the energy of deservingness. Now a lot of you are going to be healing these wounds that you're trapping yourself in. You know, mentally, this person is allowed and able to get out of that attachment of because it is an attachment. It's a mental attachment to feeling unworthy. Now, a lot of you are also going to be working on your it's kind of self-aggrandizement in a good way. Okay, so what you're going to be doing, pole 3, is the next 6 months is that you're going to be moving away from self-deprecation, so putting yourself down, and you're moving towards this pendulum of extreme. Again, it's the energy of black and white. You know, the person that you attract is going to be the opposite of who you are, but also is you. It's the energy of yin and yang here, is what I'm picking up on. We have 2 of Pentacles here, 2 of Wands. Look, we have the King of Pentacles. I didn't even see it because I had my eyes closed while I was channeling. So I see here that you're going to be leaving and emancipating yourself from mental slavery, you know, putting yourself in a box, saying that you're not worthy to the complete extreme, and coaching yourself with Spirit being your primary teacher here, and saying, I am the SHIT, I am the best, I am amazing. So you could be working on some affirmations for the next 6 months. We have the King of Pentacles here. Now, this is someone who is going to be coming into your life who is very stable and who wants the same things with you. This is someone who likes to plan ahead as well, and is looking for stability in their life with regard to a life partner. Now, this is someone who's very good at making money. And again, this could be someone that you meet at work with the Pentacles energy here, 2 of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. You could even be offered a choice to move in with them, with the 2 Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. And this is clarity and truth that comes through here with the Ace of Swords from them. They're also wanting to gift you something and give you something that's very stable. This could also be, well, this could be something very exciting as well as stable. 3 of Cups. Okay, we have 3 of Cups. This could be a friend that turns into a life partner, so a partner with you. We have the King of Wands. So maybe this could be same-sex partnerships. Of course, in all of my readings, it's always included LGBTQ+, but please take it as it resonates, okay? So what I will say that this could be, one of you is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or you could be dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But even if it's not in their sun sign or their moon or their rising, it could be very predominant in their chart. I also do see that you're going to be rising in your creative abilities again. I feel like Spain is significant. So Spain could be a place where you could be traveling to in Europe. And you could be meeting someone who you meet at a party, and this person sparks your flame, the flame in your heart, I'm hearing. Both of you are very, well, I would say that this person is very, very attractive. I do feel like they hold the masculine energy in balance. I also see that this person has been coming out of a relationship and this person has been healing. If that doesn't resonate with you, don't worry. I do feel like there's a need to pause as soon as you feel like you are going into spiraling mode where you're going, oh, I don't know if I'm worthy, I don't know if I'm good enough. This is the time to cut that out, I'm hearing. What I'm also seeing here, we have the 4 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Fool card, the Knight of Wands, and we have the Queen of Pentacles right here. So we do have a match here. I also do see that some of you could be in a non-monogamous relationship as well, where you're both, or I'm also hearing swingers. So some of you could be moving into that energy too. But I also feel like some of you could be moving away from one situation to another situation. I also do see that this is someone who's very creative that you'll be meeting. This could be at a work party, a Christmas party, something to do where there's lots of people and maybe even drinking involved or dancing as well. Some of you are going to be feeling, or maybe they themselves may be feeling, well, normally I'm very confident about my looks and my abilities, but maybe they themselves could be feeling undeserving of you. But actually, you've both been deserving each other and you both have been praying for each other, I'm hearing. I feel like you've accomplished everything that you've needed to accomplish so far in your life, And the next 6 months you meet someone, or you take things to the next level with this person, where they go, well, no, this is it. You're the one I want to be with long term. Page of Pentacles here. So again, I just want to go back to the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. I feel like you could be getting some support through spirit about healing these wounds of deservingness here. When a great opportunity presents itself, pile 3, it presents itself for a reason, is what spirit is saying, because spirit always sees what you deserve. That spirit is not here to punish you or hurt you. Okay. So Page of Pentacles here. We do have a child. You could be meeting someone who already has children or has a child. This person could be a teacher to you as well. And we have a student right here with the Page of Pentacles. With the Fool card here, there's a new beginning here, and Spirit is asking you to have faith in this situation. I also see that there is someone who's very passionate about you and wants to come in, but they want to come in the right way, and they want to come in to express physically how they feel about you. So they may need to have a bit of Dutch courage in order to do that. This is someone who's going to take a leap of faith and actually, for a lot of you, propose to you, or even say, look, I want us to be in a committed relationship. Okay. And underneath that we have the World. So again, pile 3, this is a really beautiful reading for you, pile 3. A lot of you are also meeting someone who, like yourself, have a public presence online in particular, or just in the world out there. And I feel like, again, there's this new chapter in your life that is beautiful, and I feel like this person that you're going to be with, or who you are with already, is wanting to take things to the next level. And they're asking you to just be yourself, because you being yourself is magical and it's beautiful. That's what they're saying, pile 3. And I also see that you being authentic is actually you being your best self, no matter what, even with your failures and faults about feeling like you're not worthy. The self-deprecation maybe even be something that this person finds very attractive, and actually imperfectly perfect, I'm hearing. With the World card, this person could be from abroad or speaks another language, but there is there's energy of black and white here too, so you could be opposites but the same. And this is being orchestrated through spirit for your highest good, I'm hearing. A lot of you are going to be traveling and planning for travel, as I said before. We have that confirmed here with the World card. I also do see pregnancy here. This person sees you as a potential mother to their children and or stepmother as well. One of you may have a child or doesn't. I also do see that there has been an individual here who's been working on their inner child as well. Okay, so last but not least, let's have a look at the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid and Alberto Villoldo. Pile 3, Angels, Ancestors, Guides. Some of you could be moving abroad as well to a place where there is the sea. In either case, there is an energy of stability here. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have 2 cards for you. Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure, we have 50. Beautiful card. So again, we have the river, the oceans, the sea. There's a great wave of emotion that's coming for you, pile 3, in the next 6 months. So get ready is what I'm hearing. 50 could be significant. You could be turning 50. We have Winter's Dream, gestation period, exactly, and 63. So I do feel like something important is going to be taking place in the winter months, indeed. I do feel like this is an abundance. This could also be news of pregnancy, and this is the energy that you get to be in while you are pregnant or while you are holding space for your lovers conception, I'm hearing, in the womb. So we have 7, 8 and 9, so 9 could be significant as well. We have 63 as well, could be an age. We have 50 as well, which is 5. So there's positive changes ahead. We're not going to read this card, but we are going to read this one. But I will just take note of the colours here of that psychic abilities and power here that's going to be enhancing. I also do see both of you working very well together in a psychic or spiritual endeavour. I also do see there's going to be great friends around you for the next 6 months too. I see someone coming towards you and approaching you with a lot of faith as well. Finances are also of importance the next 6 months as well, as I said before, in terms of savings. I think this person has some great tools to help you to invest well, or may even want to invest in you and or your project or endeavour or work as well. Pile 3. I also do see that, again, faith with the Fool card and this card here that says faith here. Is what Spirit is asking you to be more in. And again, remember we started the reading with my vibes speak louder than my words. This person feels your energy no matter where you are, and there's a psychic and clairvoyant typical, connection when when it involves a divine love partnership. Okay, Spirit of the River. Movement towards adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. Okay, so the Spirit of the River invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call for a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems, it is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting. As the situations in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this, step back and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honour or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is time to say yes to the next level of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea. Inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are on or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the Spirit of the River. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. And also to surrender as well. Surrender to what's coming and surrender to the flow and this big wave of emotion, Pile 3. That's all I have for you, Pile 3. I really do hope you've enjoyed this reading. If it has resonated, please do press the like button, subscribe to the channel, have a listen to Pile 1 and Pile 2. If you'd like a private reading, you know where to find me. You can book directly on the website. And I'm wishing you well. God bless, take care, and let me know how it resonates. Bye for now.